What is up, Sexy Beast? Crazy Rabbit here, and today we're going to be talking about the evolution of zombies and sort of how everything has changed from World War to Black Ops 3. Now, whether these changes are good or bad is strictly up to you as a player. I'm just simply stating what I've observed since playing zombies from World War up until today. So let's go ahead and get the shit started. Alright, so first let's go ahead and talk about the objective. What was the main reason of zombies? What was the main point to even play zombies? So back in, I would say, like World War and Black Ops 1, the main reason to play zombies was just to survive and then die. That was the ultimate end goal. You weren't really trying to accomplish much besides die. You'd get to round 30, because round 30 back in World War was actually a high round. You'd get to round 30, you die, and then you go get some more Randys, or you get your buddies, and then you go right back and do it again, and then you die. There really wasn't a main Easter egg. Easter eggs started to come around in Black Ops 1, but they really weren't that huge. They were sort of little side quests you could do. Really, your only goal in zombies was to survive. Yes, there was a storyline and everything like that, but it wasn't huge. It was kind of subtle and in the background, but overall, the main reason to play zombies was to kill zombies and survive. But nowadays, I would say ever since Black Ops 2, the main reason to play zombies is to do the Easter egg. I feel like the Easter egg is the main objective in zombies, and playing the game and sort of just killing zombies is kind of a secondary thing. I think the main thing Treyarch wants us to do is play zombies and figure out the storyline, and then start to kill zombies. The storyline is kind of pushed out there a little bit more than it was in Black Ops 1 and World War. Back in Black Ops 1 and World War, it was kind of subtle. It was very hard to pick out. I mean, hell, in Der East, we really didn't have that much to go off of besides radios. And even in Kino and Moon, all we really had was radios and little Easter eggs here and there. But I feel like in the new Black Ops, I feel like we have quotes, we have the Easter egg, which tells us a lot, we have some radios, we have a lot of pieces of paper, we have a lot of other stuff that we can just use to figure out the storyline that we did not have back in World War and Black Ops 1. So the Easter egg and the storyline's a lot easier to figure out nowadays. And also, back in the day, the storyline was mainly focused on real-life events, and, well, not real-life events, it had ties into a lot of real-life events, and mainly focused on World War II and Nazis. No matter what time period we were in, whether we were in current day, like Call of the Dead, which was, like 2013, around there, or in Moon, which is actually in the future, we were mainly focused on Nazis and World War II technology and stuff like that. But nowadays, we mainly are dealing with, like, parallel universes, and I feel like magic. I keep getting this feeling that we're dealing with magic nowadays. I feel like we're just dealing with things that aren't really controlled by science. I feel like we're dealing with things that just have their own powers and that are just equally as strong, and we have to figure out a way to stop them. I feel like we're dealing with beings that we've never seen before, and it's kind of gotten away from science and stuff like that. We're more moving towards, like, Cthulhu and parallel universes and stuff like that. So we've kind of evolved from World War II Nazis to parallel universes. And back in the day, there was really no such thing as, like, an end game or anything like that. If you completed the Easter egg and maybe you got some perks, that was about it. But nowadays we have all these cool cinematics, and we have all these, you can actually end the game in some maps, which is kind of weird. I don't really like ending the game in some maps, because the original OG Zombies creators, I remember they were doing a COD XP panel, I think this was like after Black Ops 1, and they strictly stated in that panel that they were never going to do an end game, that they did not want to have an end game because that wasn't zombies. But then I think like a lot of those people left Treyarch or something like that, and then the new Zombies team started making stuff, and then they started adding end games and cinematics and all this stuff, and I really do like the cinematics. I think the cinematics are awesome, I like that. I just don't like the end game. I'm not a huge fan of ending the game, I don't like that. I think zombies should just be simply go as far as you can, then you die, and then you repeat that all over again. And the strategies have also changed a lot. Back in the day, camping was not a viable strategy. You try to do that, you may get to round 20 or 30. After that, you actually have to start cycling, and ammo was a much bigger concern than it is nowadays. Ammo back in the day was a huge concern. You actually had to sort of strategize. I remember playing Ascension and having to strategize when I could use the Thunder Gun, because you cannot create drops with a Thunder Gun. So you have to kind of strategize, when am I going to use it? I have to save it for monkeys. When am I going to take the zombies through traps? How am I going to do this the fastest way possible? So I feel like it took more skill to go to high rounds back in the day than it sort of does today. Because nowadays you can literally camp in a corner till around 50 on a lot of maps, and hell, you can even go farther with some weapons. And you have all these gobble gums, there's multiple ways to get max ammos. So I feel like nowadays it's a lot easier to get to far rounds than it was back in the day. I mean, back in the day, depending on which map you're playing, it could take you a long time to get to around 50, but I feel like nowadays it's really easy. You could just sit in the corner, go to around 50 like that, even past around 50 as long as you have some gobble gums and the right setup. But the strategies have definitely changed from cycling and using traps, conserving your ammo, to sitting in a corner and camping. I mean, that's really the best way I can describe it, because you can kind of do that in a lot of maps in Black Ops 2 and 3. Alright, and the last thing I want to talk about is sort of the feeling of when you're playing zombies and what feeling you have. Back in World War and Black Ops 1, it was this creepiness feeling. It was you are stranded, there's no help, you're all alone fighting these zombies, and you don't even know what's going to happen. You could possibly die. You're not going to win. That was the feeling we had. It was this alone, creepy, deserted, isolated feeling. And then we kind of move into Black Ops 2 and 3, and I feel like it's more of a mission. We're on a mission. We're doing things. We're trying to get the Easter egg done. I didn't feel alone. I didn't feel like I was in any danger, really. I mainly felt like I have to get this mission done. I have to do the Easter egg. I kind of felt like I was playing campaign in a way to where I have a mission and I have to get it done. I really wasn't creeped out or anything like that. And again, all this stuff isn't bad. I'm not trying to say all this stuff is bad. It comes up to the individual player if the stuff is bad or not. If you like it, then you like it. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. None of this stuff is good or bad. It really all comes down to the player themselves. If they like it, they do. If they don't, they don't. I'm just simply stating what I've seen and how I've seen the zombies change throughout time. And that's basically everything I've kind of noticed. There's probably a lot of other things that I missed, but these are kind of the major ones that I've seen. Of course, like the weapons and character progression and stuff like that. I can go through all that stuff, but these are sort of the main points that I've seen zombies change. And again, whether it's good or bad is all up to you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys could, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.